Hi, everyone. Uh, Thanks for tuning in. My name is Yi Hong. I am in Singapore. Today, I'm asked to talk a little bit about COVID in the region of China. So given the limited time we have for today, I will briefly cover some points where I can mention some elaboration. I'll do so. If not, I'll just touch and go. Next slide, please. So this is a slide that talks about the GDP growth of China between 2019 and up to second quarter of this year. So when COVID struck, that will be at quarter Q4 2019 and quarter 1 2020. Well, when COVID struck, the Chinese took the decision to go for a hard lockdown sometime in January 2020. China locked down its economy, and the lockdown has the effect of damaging its GDP growth. As you can see, in Q4 2019 to Q1 2020, the GDP growth was a negative of -6.8%. The lockdown in China was a rather short one. About 2 months or so, it lifted the controls and factories began to resume work. The economy start to rebuild and start to manufacture again. So from Q1 to Q2, we can see a rebound of GDP growth from a -6.8% to a positive 3.2%. And from then on, you can see that the GDP growth continued to grow over Q3, Q4 from 3.2, 4.9, 6.5, and in Q1 2021, it has reached an improvement of 18.3%. That's staggering and that's surprising. But after that, in Q1 2021, the growth started to drop. As we see in Q2 2021, the growth has come down to 7.9%. That is at the end of Q2 2021. Just 2 days or so back, China announced the GDP growth for Q3 2021. And the economy has been slowing down, pulling off, and the latest GDP growth was at 4.9%. The current circumstances are such that the economy is not doing robustly well, and it's continuing to slow down. And the forecast for Q4 this year is likely to be around 4.3%. Now, if you were to just take a look at the COVID effect on the economy, really the COVID impact on the Chinese economy is not very big. You can see the V-shaped recovery between Q4 and 2019 and Q2 2020. It went down quite big and it came up quite quickly in the next quarter. Now, as to why the growth start to reverse in trend, partly because of the new variant, Delta variant, that came on to hit China sometime in August this year. And that has put China back onto its warpath against the virus. And China adopting a COVID zero policy, it means a hard lockdown for cities or provinces where COVID is reported. So, and if that were to happen and if Delta variant is not controlled, we don't really know at this point in time how the authorities are going to react to the spread of this Delta variant. Next slide, please. These are the points I mentioned just now. So the issue at hand now is that we do not know whether the Delta variant is going to cause major damage or major slowdown, further slowdown to the Chinese economy. This we only know as we go along and we see what's going to come out from China. Next slide, please. On this slide, I want to just cover a little bit about foreign direct investment into China. In the last few years, foreign direct investments have actually been generally moving out of China. The trend is such. This happened because I guess when the economy is going to mature, it starts to go up the value chain, and companies that low cost in production will find China becoming more expensive. And generally, the trend has been some lower value products manufacturing start to leave China. But the thing is, over 2017 and from then on to now, the slowdown is also partly due to the trade war that we know about from 2017, 2018 onwards. And that had actually caused the exodus of foreign investments from China to speed up a bit. While the production costs in China's neighbors like Vietnam and India are cheaper, and the fact is that factories and plants are moving out of China, some of these, especially the lower value ones, going into the neighbors like Vietnam and India and Southeast Asia, like Malaysia, Thailand. While this is happening, COVID also has a role to play in this movement. In fact, quite on the contrary, what I was told on the ground is that COVID had in fact caused some of these investments that left China to do a U-turn and start to go back to China. The reason is they find China as a manufacturing base that is more of a one-stop shop, where it offers a full suite of manufacturing services at different stages of production. Some of the comments received is that factories that went to the neighbor find that the worker population there, the level of skills are not as good as in China. Likewise, for raw materials and parts and stuff like that, parts sometimes are not readily available. We're actually causing a disruption to a production process. So it is observed that during COVID, some of these foreign investments that left China are beginning to go back to China. Next slide, please. This is what I just talked about. And next slide, please. And this is the slide I want to share with you, which you can see. This is for the period January to June 2021 this year, where it says that the increase in number of investments in China has actually recorded positive growth. It has actually reversed in terms of outflow investment to additional investments into China. So the greatest increase was recorded in February this year, where the increase in foreign investment into China compared to the year before was 229%. And the other months are all record positive growth. So this is the trend that is observed happening in China. And this is, again, partly caused by COVID. And also given that China itself has its own benefits and attractiveness in bringing in factories, manufacturers into the into the country. Next slide, please. On this slide, I just want to share that the Chinese economy is going through a change. And some of this change may actually cause some disruption to the global supply chain. After all, China is known to be the world's factory, producing almost anything or everything from what you have at home to the heavy industries. So what happened recently, or this year, or late last, is that the authorities has been tightening the control over the economy. Climate change has caused the authorities to implement climate change measures. Some of these have inevitably caused disruption to its economic activity. What we have noticed in last few months is that there has been a surge in electricity, energy to power the factories. This is well seen when the China start to reboot its manufacturing plants, where all plants get back to production, and there was a sudden, or there's a huge surge in demand for energy, both for local factories as well as factories that cater to foreign needs. And because of the coal issue that now the world is facing, short of coal, and the price of coal has gone up, China is also facing a share of shortage of coal to generate power for its factories and home. So as China is going into its winter, demand for energy and electricity is expected to go up, as that is needed to warm heating plants and for home. So if the power crunch is not addressed in China anytime soon, there may well be a disruption to the supply chain in the months to come. So it's something we are paying much attention, and really we have to see how this situation will play out. And this is something that I guess will tie in very well with today's topic on disruption to supply chain. And on that note, I think my time should be up, and that's all I have to share for now. Thank you very much.